On the 10th day of Vlogmas, Badger gave to me a terrible film review. Hello everyone and welcome to Barmy Badger's Vlogmas. Indeed, welcome everyone. Hope you're all okay. Vlogmas is doing really well, so thank you very much. And if you've missed the previous episodes, go check them out. It really does help the show. Today, we're going to be reviewing A Killing Tree. Ooh. Perhaps the most eccentric British Christmas horror film I've ever seen. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. Right, okay. Now, perhaps the most eccentric horror I've ever seen. This Christmas adventure involves. Dennis getting off the platform. This Christmas horror adventure involves a serial killer bringing back to life their dead partner and exacting revenge upon the people that caused the trouble or their victims that they missed previously. Now, this is an interesting twist because you find out later on that obviously there was a couple and that was going around killing people that had the idea that if you didn't celebrate Christmas correctly, you were for the chopping block. So obviously that's an interesting premise on its own and could have had its own film. I felt like you were watching a sequel to something. Do you know what I mean? But that being said, the partner who gets killed out of the pair of serial killers gets reincarnated, weirdly enough, as a Christmas tree because there's a Christmas tree that's fallen into the spell. Don't ask me, it was bizarre, but highly spooky and hilarious. There are elements in this director streaming slash director DVD film that actually was genuinely scary. The start, and there were actually some kills that did freak me out. And there were some bits where tension was quite there, you know? But for the most part, it was very self aware with laughs. It was very scenery chewing. There was a almost saucy scene that nearly happened that was just cringy as well. It was a stereotypical cringy British horror film. And it reminded me solely of Hammer Horror and other things like that. It felt like I could have directed it. But yeah, it had elements of really good horror in it, and that was great in it, bruv. But it had also elements of really good comedy. I mean, how can you take a killer Christmas tree seriously? There was bits where the CGI was actually awfully good. You know, with the tree sort of like sort of coming out of itself. It had elements of Evil Dead there, where the branches would come and sort of kill and do sort of things and rip people apart and all sorts of stuff. So it was a great little jaunt, but to try and take it seriously is insane. Um, I wanted to, but then it just wouldn't let me. But I love that because it just made me laugh and it made me laugh, like chuckle, and it made me chew the scenery. It really did. You can tell that the actors were like, "Oh, what am I doing here? This is weird." And you could also tell that the CGI guy, everyone was like, "What the heck is this film?" But we'll do it for a paycheck, and that is part of the fun. It is a really good bad film, and if you're into horror, I definitely recommend you watch it. If you like bad films at Christmas and you're bored of watching, all the classics, like for the 8 billionth time, I know for me, I'm watching different films this year that are slightly bizarre, and for me, it's a breath of fresh air rather than watching Die Hard for the 20th time. So I would recommend, if you want something different to watch, but you want it to still be cringy, you don't really need to follow it that well, but you love a bit of horror and you love a bit of silly spooks, I recommend A Killing Tree, because it's just so hilarious, so weird, such a wacky premise, and it somehow does pull off. It is quite funny, and you can tell that everyone does not take it seriously, and that is part of the fun. So I'm going to give this film a good solid 6.5 out of 10. It made me laugh, it made me cringe, and it made me feel festive, and that's what counts. See you all next time on the next Vlogmas, Barmy Badger Army. Thanks for watching, and looking after yourselves. Keep safe, keep well. Much love, everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog, video, stream, movie, or short. Check out the film and let me know what you think. Bye!